if I just had enough time, there are so many stories that I could share about how God has worked in my life over the years and the answers to prayer that I've seen. In fact, just this past week, I had a special answer to prayer. As I was traveling to Europe, I had been praying that God would give me some divine appointments, and He actually gave me 2 of them. One was very special. As I sat beside this lady, we started talking about God and about the power of prayer, and then we discovered that we had some mutual friends, as she had attended a prophecy seminar that some friends of hers and friends of mine had put on. She was so excited. We began talking more and more, and at the end of our airplane flight, she told me, she says, "This was a divine appointment. I know that it was God's purpose that I sit with you today." You know, it's exciting when we see God working in our life. But maybe for those that are beginning the process or aren't really seeing God work right now, how do we grow our faith? How do we come to have strong faith in God and His Word? Well, it starts, of course, with getting into His Word. As we're told in Romans 10:17, faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God. So as we fill our minds with His Word, our faith is going to grow. However, something else that has been really helpful to me over the years is filling my mind with testimonies and stories of those who God has worked in their life in the past. One of my very, very favorite stories is a book called A Thousand Shall Fall, and it's about a German family from Germany and how God helped their faith stand strong even in the face of the Nazi regime and the war, when many people had to give up their faith. And of course, this is extra special for me right now because here I am in Germany. I'm in a forest in Germany, and I've been thinking about Christians in the past that lived here in this country and how they fought for their faith. Just yesterday, I got to visit a castle, and I was reminded of what happened 500 years ago during the Protestant Reformation, when Martin Luther was contending for the faith and contending for the ability for us to have freedom to read and believe this word. There are many, many other testimonies. Of course, The Great Controversy is one of my favorite books that shares these stories over the years, and this is such an encouragement and a boost to our faith. Some of my other favorite testimonies, though, one is the book called Rees Howells Intercessor, and this man has a tremendous testimony about how God worked in his life in answer to prayer, and his prayers even affected the war in Europe as well. Another book I love is called The Kneeling Christian, and this has many, many answers and testimonies of answered prayer. You know, if we will fill our mind with these testimonies, it will encourage us, because the same God that worked yesterday, whether it was 50 years ago or 500 years ago, is still the same God today. And we just need to remind ourselves of who He is and know that we can trust Him today as well. So saturate your mind with the Word of God, saturate your mind with stories of faith, and again, just wait and see what God will do. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God.